Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Heed Army podcast. What a difference a couple of days makes. We were all full of the joys of spring on Monday, and then last night happened, and we'll talk about that in depth. But before we do, big thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, and of course, our friends at Hope and Glory for their continued partnership with us and helping us do what we do here. I'm going to bring the boys in. We do have guests coming on tonight as well. We've got Tracey and Steve coming on from the Gateshead FC Foundation to talk about what they've got coming up, which will be good. There's also great news as well that the game has been picked for television. If you haven't already seen it, it is going to be on Sunday the 7th, and it's going to be live on TNT. And it's a 3:30 kickoff at Gateshead International Stadium. So that's great news. £60,000 also into the coffers from this cup run, which is great stuff. We'll get into all of that. People are messaging already. There's loads. Before I get into the lads, I'll put a couple up. We've got Steve Farnfield saying hello. Darcy. We've got Trina. Sean Parry. Look at that. There's Craig. Everyone sending messages in. Please get your messages in as well. And right, so there we go. We've got other messages. I'll get up and get into it. Mickey, you watched the game at the club last night. Me and Steely watched the game together. I don't want to lambast the lads because they did fantastic on Saturday, but there was a distinct lack of, I don't want to say effort, cohesion. There was a distinct lack of cohesion. We were second to everything. There was little in midfield to barely nothing in midfield because there was gaping gaps. My TV screen was awash with either red shirts or grass. I didn't see Gateshead players in midfield, sadly. We invited it all back on ourselves, and if it wasn't for Tien and Brooks, it could have been a very, very embarrassing scoreline. He was the only player that could come out with his head held up high because the rest of the team in front of him did him no favours all night, and he kept it semi-respectable, for want of a better word, on the result. Really, really disappointing. Want all your thoughts and views to come in. Look, we'll praise the lads when they deserve it, like last Saturday, but this is chalk and cheese. We've went from, like the title of the podcast is, the highs are high and the lows are low. This is we went from high to rock bottom and fell through the floor and then hit another floor, you know. Just the performance. I don't expect to win at York. I'm not saying I expect to win every game, but there was a distinct lack of Gateshead playing there last night. That's the only way I can really describe it. It was poor, very poor.
It went from the sublime to the ridiculous. I'll tell it like it is. It took 67 minutes before we seen a tackle. I'm sorry, we're not expected to beat York. Look at the budget York's got, the players York's got. Probably half the bench could walk into York's bench could walk in our team.
Well, they've just signed two fantastic players today as well. When they need to strengthen because they've got an injury crisis in midfield. You wouldn't know it last night because we didn't lay a finger on their midfield. But yeah, I'm not going to say York are a bad side. You know, they're a great side. We made them look a lot better as well, by the way. We give them free rein. But yeah, you go to York, you're going to get punished.
We just stood back. We just held off them. You know, as Mickey, you said it, we give them too much respect. You know what I mean? We weren't biting. Yeah. We weren't in there. We weren't, making our presence. I was saying to the lads earlier, every cross that came in, there were just free headers. It was just the basics not being done.
There was no cohesion, was there? There was no anticipation for the second ball, and we've said that so many times this year. Yeah, I'm betting on Saturday, Mickey. The lads were like a rash to win the ball anytime it got loose, were they?
To be honest, Wimbledon kind of played into our hands because they went long.
Yeah,
we knocked it down. Curtis Edwards picked it up, fed it out to Kane Adama, Chapman, and we raced away like that.
I mean,
this has happened too many times now, dear. I'm sorry to cut across you. This has happened. Southend, Rochdale, York, Woking. We've stood off them. Yeah. Are we I'm going to swear here. Are we literally going to sides like this and shitting ourselves? Or is it the manifest tactics to sit back?
Yes. I want to pose a question to everyone watching. Please do interact and message in. Was it a case of after the Lord Mayor's show of having the great result on Saturday?
Probably.
Were we leggy, or did we not? Or did we give them too much respect? The three
York
options
were at
there.
Barnsley on Saturday. Yeah, I know it's not this far to travel from York to Barnsley, but you kind of tell me York didn't put the same road of graft in as we did on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
there we go. Yeah. Well, that's as I say. Was it the Lord Mayor's show, or did we just not turn up?
It was a bad day at the office. I get that it was a bad day at the offices, Army. Like Brooks. And I thought when Fenton John come on in the second half, Fenton John at least had a gun.
Yeah.
But there wasn't any tackling again.
Yeah.
That's would you have made
let them know you're there?
Hindsight's a beautiful thing. Would you have made as many changes from Saturday?
I would have started with a team that started and then made the changes.
But I must admit, though, when I looked at the starting lineup, I thought, wow, strong side, strong bench. Should have been able to cope with the changes because all of them players have been involved this season. It's not like wasn't like there was 3 or 4 of them were plopped in for the first time.
Yeah.
They've all been around the club.
Only Kyle Hurst, Dom Telford was one more, and I can't remember who that was.
But yeah, it's just very disappointing. From riding the high.
Awful.
But we've got just obviously we'll be talking about Saturday, but Saturday is imperative now. We're not turning up at home, literally in the stands. We need a result on Saturday, and we need a performance. Really do. Yes, the FA Cup's fantastic. It helps the club survive. But God, if you're not putting in the home performances, we're doing it on the road, bar last night. But God, we need a performance on Saturday. Really do.
No one, like you say, David, no one was expecting to go down and win at York. None of it.
Well, I even said in our group chat, I mean, the bookies had us at 7-1 to win a league game. Now, that tells you a lot. The bookies don't often get it wrong. They knew that York are a very strong side, and that proved to be the case. Don't get us wrong. We could have went there and played 100 games and lost all 100 games, even with different combinations of players. They are a very good side. But it was the lack of drive in midfield. Well, the whole squad. I'm not going to we're seeing Tien and Brooks come out with it. Okay, he did because he made fantastic saves, saved a penalty. But it's a squad as a whole. They've got to work together, and it just felt like they weren't covering each other's backs. We were leaving gaps galore. It was like trying to empty the Titanic with a colander, wasn't it? It was. There was no.
But yeah,
there was no relief. There was no relief for any of the teammates, for anyone, especially not Tien and Brooks.
Well, the trouble with that is now it puts this pressure on Saturday because we're looking at Saturday now. We can't afford to lose it. We really can't. And you're in that mindset. We've just played badly. The players will know it as well. They're not stupid. They've walked off that pitch. So
hopefully they're hurting from it because I think they're better than the performance that we've seen. Yeah. We know that Saturday proved that. Yeah. We're not saying, hey, we want every game to win now. We've beat Wimbledon. We can win every game this season now. We're not that daft. But I'm not going to say there was a distinct lack of effort. There was a lack of cohesion and a lack of drive. That's what it felt like. Because they were running. Don't get us wrong. They were running around. They were covering ground, just not in the right place at the right time. Sadly, it just wasn't working for her. Now,
now we're chasing shadows.
Yeah.
So was that worst performance of the season, despite us being beaten 5-0 at Woking and 4-0 at Rochdale?
I would say it was on par with Rochdale because we never laid a finger on them.
Yeah.
No.
And that's I've said it all along, I can handle getting beat, but at least make them work for it. In them 2 games, Southend as well, we barely made them work for it.
Right, yeah.
It is. Well, we've got more messages coming in. We've got one from Gordon. Evening, lads. How he is doing? Knew we'd get beat at York last night. Yeah,
I think it was the manner we got beat last night, wasn't it? We all sort of expected. Let's be honest, we all expected to lose last night. We're being realistic here. It was just the manner we went about it.
Trina's put really disappointed with the game last night. 2 completely different teams from Saturday to last night. The lads didn't seem to want the challenge. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's about not wanting the challenge. We just weren't coherent. We weren't working as a unit, and when you're not doing that, you're not going to get in a position to challenge to win the ball, because if someone's out of position and then someone goes to cover their position, then they're out of position. It was just domino effect, wasn't it? Of people just having a bad game.
To me, it should have been you go 1-0 down, you have a reset and say, right, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to try and keep it tight for the next 20 minutes. Get in and make your tackles, win your battles. But I'm not seeing any of that. There was no one winning battles. The only one who won battles last night was Brooksy, and that was because he was getting them shot at him every freaking 10 minutes.
It was. But, yeah, it is, and I hope the players are hurting.
They will be, Davey. They will be hurting.
Mm-hmm. But I don't say that with any satisfaction, because like if we see something wrong on here, we'd be first to on the next show and say, hey, look, we got that wrong. We'd like to apologise. I'd like to see the players do that on the pitch. I don't want to be hearing from the players. You know what I mean? We're not trying to invoke a reaction online or anything like that. But go out there and show us what you can do, and do it at a home game, please. For the love of God, give us a performance at home to get more people back in the stand. Because unfortunately for us this year, the good performances have come on the road. Yeah, and that's got to be rectified. We've got to win some home games.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah,
like I say, I believe the lads will be hurting, but there's also a thing in me. Are we pinpointing games? We're not going to live up with the Yorks, the Rothschilds, South Ends, whoever. We are not good enough to be able to pinpoint games. We have lost to Alton, we've lost to Boston, and we've drew with Truro at home. We cannot afford to pinpoint games. We've got to get stuck in from the start, impose ourselves on them, and then play the football. Until you start doing that, we're going to go to the big teams, and we'll keep kind of producing the same crap.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? At the minute, we're giving teams head starts. Yeovil, prime example. Yes, we'll come back and win in great fashion, but we shouldn't have to get into that position to be able to start playing good football. And I think Alan said it himself. They need to start quicker, and they really do need to start quicker this Saturday. Really, they've got to be on the off. They've got to be on them like a rash, and just not let them breathe. Play our game. But God. It's getting.
Last night, it just felt it was coming, didn't you? You could almost sense the goal was coming. The first one.
Well, as soon as it started, they looked miles better. They looked on it straight away. We didn't look anywhere near. I think we went up the ball in the first 2-3 minutes. Went to the final third, didn't do anything. Then after that, it was just wave after wave after wave of York bringing the ball forward with crosses into the box. And as you said, there was only York heads seemed to be getting on them, and it was just easy. It was demoralizing watching it at times, because you're like, come on, lads, we know we can do better than this. Give some fight.
Half an hour in, someone turned around to me yesterday and said, we're 3-0 down and we're just tipping and tapping and run the back, and someone said, I'm absolutely bored rigid of this already.
Yeah, we got bored in the second half, didn't we, Mickey?
Yeah,
we were sort of sitting there just bored.
Brooks, man of the match, of course. I think everyone agree with that. Too much respect, to be honest. I think a bit of both. Obviously a bit of the Lord Mayor's show, and look, the lads definitely. I'm not saying they've over celebrated or anything like that, but maybe the emotions and the adrenaline from that Saturday has been a hangover, possibly. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm not trying to.
I think you're making excuses for them, really. I think you're making excuses.
No, I'm just posing the question. Just posing the question. We've got what's that? Disappointed we won't be able to make the Walsall game in person. Shall be back down south again. It's a bit of a
you can watch it.
You can watch it. Of course, it's going to be live on TNT, which is fantastic. Money in the club's coffers. And he on me. I thought they were still on a hangover from Saturday. I don't think physical hangover.
It certainly looked like they were, Adam, but
so even lads beyond disappointed last night. But realistically, I didn't expect to get anything to York. I thought if we can get a draw, that'd be fantastic. But you look at Saturday's game, and there has to be something from that game, and 3 points is what we need and what we want.
I'm gonna say, how many times have I said this? It's the way we lost the game.
Yeah. I know. We've got here evening guys, giving too much respect to York. You couldn't put couldn't put a tackle in. Slow passing, no pressure whatsoever. Respect to York, a very good side in this league. They're a fantastic side. They'll be up there all year, and they've just strengthened today. They've signed Nico Lawrence, who is an absolutely amazing defender. He was on loan at
Torquay. Oh, was it Torquay? Was it?
He was at Torquay and he played against us. He was from Southampton and he's moved somewhere else, but he's playing below the level. Obviously, they've got the money to be able to do that. Bang on, Mickey. We've got, whilst Noble's not everyone's cup of tea, he has to start as he torments defences. Everything without him, we look clueless up front. He has become the talisman, I must admit. You know, he's. I wouldn't say he's the target man because he's not. You know, in the box.
He's the presence up there, don't he?
Yeah, he's the presence up there. He's the talisman. You've seen the pass for what he did for Kane Adam at Wimbledon. He can hold the ball up. He can muscle off defenders. And I think last night, just Dom Felford just didn't have a chance. Didn't get the service for a start, and didn't. And it was a physical battle. I don't think he was going to win. But if you haven't got the service, we've got a green Nublé should start. It's just the case. There's the legs for back-to-back games. That's a point. I think both.
They should all be fit enough to do 3 games in a week, lads.
Yeah, I thought the team's confidence would be up from Saturday, but they never seemed to be able to transfer that confidence into last night's game. Yeah, that's where I thought. Oh, wait, let's have a good push at it, and give a good account to ourselves. Maybe nick a goal and make them work. That was my thoughts going into it. But they never got out of second gear, did they? It seems we played all the notes, but not necessarily in the right order. Sean, yeah. Grayson put some good tackles on when he came on, and Brooks was outstanding in goal. What a keeper he certainly is. As I say, he stopped Stones from getting a hat trick and a few others. We just didn't turn up. I think we started the finishing team from Saturday, then subs. This is Trina.
Trina said that last night. We were watching the game. So
yeah, it was Jacob Buttercup Field. But yeah, no, it was a busy run and doing nothing. The team and so right. But yeah, it is. It's been a bit of a gutter, isn't it? A bit of a reality check. And I do have the game. I don't. Does anyone want to watch it?
No, not particularly. It was bad in the class. I'll tell you another thing. Richard Brody's still got to be in his bond of being at Gateshead. I don't care what he says. The fact you should.
Oh my words!
We did not like him.
I know. Look, Richard Brody is a polarizing figure, isn't he?
Well, he's up there with Widrington with me, like so.
I mean, obviously, I will thank Richard Brody immensely for really it was his words that got Ant Smith to leave, wasn't it? Because he had said he was going to resign in the dressing room. Yeah. And he came out and leaked it, and obviously it was meant to be, in-house, where he's like, I might as well resign, and he's come out and said, "Oh, he's resigned." Got in the papers.
That was just resigned.
Yeah. So thank you, Richard Brody, because we got to Wembley on the back of that when we got Gary Mills in. Other than that, look, the lad seems to have turned his life around. He's managing. He's had a couple of managers' jobs, and look, I found it hard to listen to him because I remember the player and the person that I met when he was here. But he was trying to give it the big licks as calling himself a York legend, wasn't he? So it was just one of them things. But my word, not the greatest.
There was a York legend went for a record fee to Crawley and done nothing but fall down the leagues afterwards. Yeah. Tells you everything you know, Mr. Brody. You might say you were a good player, but you ended up exactly back where you started.
Very quickly.
So, such a gob.
Yeah. Before we go any further, our friend Gav Webster has his stage show. His theatre show at the Town Theatre and Opera House on Friday, the 21st of November. Get yourself along to be a fantastic night. All new jokes. And he's got a support act in Duncan Oakley on as well. And actually, he's in a stage show this month as well, all in the lead up to that. What's it called? Young Ange. I think it's at the People's Theatre, I think it might be.
Wow.
So we'll get that. And he's on there every night up until till he does that show. So he's very busy at the minute, Gav. And as I say, well, I was talking to Steely before we came on, and we mentioned about fires, because obviously outside of mine in Harlow Green, I'll not tell you the address because everyone will be coming round trying to get autographs. There was a massive
Why the hell would they want them?
My autograph.
Who wants a piece of paper with a crayon X on it?
I know. Well, no, I'll have you know I've mastered circles now. So, so it's 6 o'clock. Well, I tell a lie. A few days before, the bonfire started getting built, and you were like, "Oh, that's getting big," and it was the biggest it's been in since I've lived here. And well, this was it at its peak. It was a towering inferno, and obviously some people had threw things in they shouldn't. There must have been canisters in there, and there was a few loud explosions. Wow. And and then obviously it died down a little bit, and then Jack was out with his sparkler, as you can see the size of it there, the fire where it was died down. But so quite the night here. But Steely, you've got a fire tonight, haven't you?
I'm going to have a fire tonight on the island. Yeah, when I finish here, I'll take some 40s.
You're burning all the bodies.
I'm burning all the beds actually, but that's another matter.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
we've got here his arse is offside. Richard Brody.
Exactly.
We've got someone's put.
There was that game where we beat them 6-1 at home, and that was brilliant. Can you remember?
Did Greg Ollie make it on the bench? I didn't see the full lineups. He didn't. He's injured. They've got a midfield crisis of players out at the minute. York. Steve Farnfield's put something. He's put a new topic. What about Heed Hall of Fame? As said earlier, players could be inducted. Pictures and shirts on display at the sports bar, the GIS. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a great idea. That's an absolutely brilliant idea.
It depends on what the sharing situation is with the bar going forward, isn't it? With the other tenants there as well. So
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about business today, and we'll put our nominees in for the Heat 11.
Who would be your first one off the top of your head over the last 20 years?
We'll think when we come back. We'll get all the business covered, and we'll come back to it.
Other business. I'll quickly play a little advert. Obviously, our friends at our cars, and as I say, not a paid sponsorship at all. Just to thank you for them, their advertising. So if you want a Ford Ranger. Steely, I'm sure you could drive onto the island across the water in that.
I already walk on water, so what are you talking about?
There we go. I'm sure you'd cost you nothing to run it because you could turn water into diesel. So there we go. Say thank you to our friends at our cars. We've got there. Look at that, Gateshead Goats Hall of Fame. That's a good name for it, isn't it? Gateshead Goats. Yeah, that's a really good one. Angel of the North, but we did start work on a Gated Hall of Fame, but the pandemic put paid to that and never got picked up again. As I say, well, we are going to have Tracey on very shortly. We have got someone in the background. I'm going to bring him on when Tracey comes on. She can come on early if she wants, and we can get talking to Steve and Tracey. As I say, we've got a nice surprise, though. There's a nice surprise in the background. I can see it. I tell you. So you're gonna like this, boys. You're gonna like it when you see it. So, I
hope Steve's not naked and wangling at the wood again. I hope he's not playing windmills.
No. It's too cold for that. Wouldn't get any movement on it. Anyway, it is, as I say, we've got the FA Cup game, which is a big thing, and we mentioned it earlier on. The club has, done really well to get to the second round. There's prize money, which of course comes with that. Hazard a guess at about 120,000. You add in this one. And then the money from the club, so it was 180. You could say maybe then if you lose in the next round, it's 20 grand something, and then gate receipts and stuff. The club could do very well out of this and help them get through the season a little bit more comfortable, hopefully, without it being as tight. I'm sure they're not going to splurge any money, but it'll make things a little bit easier, and hopefully Alan gets a little bit of that for the squad. But we mentioned at the beginning of the year, and Alan said it in his he's talking at the Legion Club before the season started that an FA Cup run was imperative. And well, if you could have wrote it, this is the way you'd want it, isn't it? And say we've got an FA Cup game now on a Sunday on TV. I mean, we'll wipe out yesterday's game. Anything can happen in the FA Cup, as we've seen last Saturday. There's still a chance, 90 minutes to be played, still a chance to get to the third round. But if it came to an end now, what a run. Obviously the dream is still alive, but financially, what a run.
Financially, yeah, but I mean, I can just envisage Bernard sitting in the office like Albert Steptoe after the game, counting the money about 15,000 times.
Well, it's got to make sure it's all there.
It's what we wanted at the beginning of the season. We looked at it, didn't we? We thought, right, we're going to be, a mid-table club, hopefully, and a cup win is what we wanted. That's what we've got. Second round, home game. Anything can happen. So
if you can get to the third round, you're looking at probably securing the season financially, and then some towards the budget for next year.
Definitely, you definitely hope so, wouldn't you? I mean, obviously we're not going to get ahead of ourselves, but now we can dare to dream of the third round. There's one game there. Anything's possible, especially after down at Wimbledon. But I mean, you start to think, wow, some of the places you could be, or some of the teams that could be visiting. But we'll not get ahead of ourselves.
Were there last night.
Let's hope that Warsaw were there.
That's what I said last night, Mickey.
Lads, we've got now to worry about.
We just need to turn up the garbage.
I certainly do. I'll just tell you what the other TV games are, because obviously it was announced this afternoon or early this evening. So Salford have got Leyton Orient. Sutton, I think, was obviously going to be another FA Cup game on TV because of them being a non-league club. Doncaster and Chesterfield it's a pretty big one. Then Slough, Macclesfield, of course, either team guaranteed, well, a non-league team guaranteed in the third round.
Yeah.
Boreham Wood, Newport County. Of course, Boreham Wood flying high, Newport not doing that well. It speaks for itself. Our heroics in the round before that. Carlisle, Blackpool. They've got a bit of a history, haven't they? I think, between the two sides. Have they? Yeah, I think so.
You've got to see Carlisle beat Reading away from home.
It's a big...
And Blackpool's struggling. So
potential, and then Brackley against Burton, and we know what Brackley's like for their clean sheets and stuff. So that's going to be potentially a very another game that could cause an upset. But
nice to see Man United Mark II's got another televised game. There's a shock.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, as well, I mean, with it being Sunday, it extends the FA Cup feel of the weekend, doesn't it? Because if you're out Saturday, you're out. At least we'll go on Sunday, and there's a chance. That's what I'm doing. We've got here 1 second. Great Walsall game has been moved to Sunday. Hopefully, a big crowd. Yes.
Yeah.
Steve Farnfield put something a little bit earlier on, saying he hopes that doesn't affect the crowd. Trying to find his message. There's that many. There we go. Only hope the TV doesn't affect the attendance on the day. Hopefully not. Hopefully the club price it right. Do what Wimbledon did and get people in. That's the important thing. Price it right. And as I
don't try and take people's eyes out.
Yeah. Mr. Luke has put, I'm off to South Shields to find out how to be filed. Let's just have the biggest budget in the league, probably.
Two biggest budgets in the league.
Yes, that would do it. So yeah, and Emily's pleased. So there we go. It must be with the draw. Oh, there. Please read the TV. So yeah, it is exactly what we want. We're waiting for Tracy to come on. I told us 8:45, but we've got Steve hanging around in the background. So Steve, message her, tell her to come on quick, and then we'll bring Steve on. What we're going to do is we're going to play a little social media message. As I say, we'd love you to subscribe. Please do. We're going to play one of our old adverts. I'm going to get the drone up and make some new ones. And as I say, we'll...
Oh!
Go and crash it.
Right, well, we're waiting for Tracey to come along. There's already nominations up for the Hall of Fame. Both the Calendar brothers, Sam Kitchen, Paul Proudlock, Mark Hine, just to name a few for a Hall of Fame. Yeah, as I say, I think it's one of them things that's best where you build it up and add them in every so often, isn't it? Than putting them all in at once. You need to maybe 2 or 3 a year, wouldn't it? That would be the way to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe we could tie it in with a 500 show and have a Hall of Fame show on the 500th and see what works something with the club if they want to do it.
What we're doing now, by the way?
We are at 482 tonight. So 18 away.
Every March time.
Yeah, well, I think there's been something in cahoots here in the background. You're about to find out what I'm talking about here, everybody. But here they are. We've got Tracey and Steve. We've got the Heed Santa. And Tracey, I think she's went retro and playing what was the name of that TV show where they played a computer game?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Was it Nightmare?
Yeah.
I'm from the Traitors.
Traitors.
I don't watch the Traitors, so
it's the final one. So I was in
She turned into a ninja.
Yeah,
that's what it's done.
I thought she'd been playing like what's that? Never mind. I'm terrible with my references at the minute. But welcome, Stephen.
Somebody got it.
Well, we were expecting Steve, but of course we've got Santa here instead. So we're going to be talking about the foundation. So I don't know who wants to start first from you and what you want to promote coming up for the foundation.
Do you want to do your stuff, Tracey, and then I'll cover the Christmas stuff?
Yeah. I was moving camera down a bit. I left it up because I've got a bit of a special guest on top of the wardrobe in the background.
Oh yes, I'll tell you what. We'll put you on. We'll put you on full.
Yes.
We'll put you on full when you're talking about it.
He lives in your wardrobe.
Well, he's been retired here, but I'm not taking him to Northumberland with him when I move, so we'll be going to Charlotte's Museum. But I thought you might like to say hello. He hasn't been around for a while.
So what have you got? What have you got? What have you got in store for us, Tracey?
Well, I was hoping Stephen would go first because nothing really.
I
thought we'll do the fun bit first, and then I'll do the horrible, depressing part.
Right, I'll do the fun bit first then. Right.
Yeah, there we go. We'll go the fun bit.
Right. So, as you know, the kids went back to school on Monday, so it's now Christmas season for the foundation. So we're starting to put stuff together. So I thought we'd put out what we've got so far. So 22nd of November is the Boreham Wood game where we'll be starting to hopefully do the selection box collection.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been fantastic the last couple of years what the fans have dropped in. Hopefully we'll get the same again this year. So the foundation on average is working with about 200 kids a week now.
Wow.
Superb.
Yeah.
That's direct. So, I mean, last year we done each of them got a selection box, and I also went out. Well, sorry, I went out to the junior academy, and all the kids who play for the Gateshead Junior Academy got one. And the last 2 years, the foundation's teamed up with Tadar, which is the Teams in Dunstan activities, and with the help of Tony Carter supplying a truck, Santa's went out on the back of a truck, giving out selection boxes to kids around Teams in Dunstan.
Wow.
Unfortunately, last year, I think it got a bit too much. We must have had about 1,000 people around Dunstan on the street on the side of the road. So, unfortunately, the council and the police are no longer turning a blind eye to that.
Boo.
It's okay. We've come with a workaround. So this year, we'll be putting it out on social media. Santa will be starting off in an area in the teams at the static point, giving out selection boxes from an ice cream van. With his
you're not daft, are you? Because then you stay dry in there if it's raining or snowing.
Well, that's it. And then the ice cream van will do the tour of Dunstan and the teams playing carols and stuff. And then we'll be pulling up, I believe it could be the Tudor Rose in Dunstan, where the kids will be able to come out and see Santa and get their selection boxes again.
They'll be disappointed if I can't get a 99 and I'll mind.
Well, unfortunately, Mickey, we actually we looked into that.
All right.
But the ice cream van only has the capacity for 200 ice creams.
Wow.
And we could be expecting, like, we know, it's going to be treble that. And we made the decision that it's unfair for the first 200 to get an ice cream when the rest of the kids turn up.
Well, I'm sure I can polish off about 75. Mickey, can you do about?
I would say those 125. To be fair,
yeah.
And also, it's December. It might be freezing.
I don't care. I eat ice cream any time of the year. It's my Achilles heel.
Yeah. So the other event we've got planned, I know Dave, you and the family's been with Christmas with Santa at Bensham in the past. We've decided to move it to a Saturday this year. So it's looking to be Saturday the 13th of December, 9 till 11 at Bensham Grove, breakfast with Santa. So what we're doing this year, they'll have to book. It's an unlimited amount of people can come.
Yeah.
But we need people to book, just so I know how many bacon sandwiches to make and how many selection boxes to have. But that's 9 to 11. And then Foundation, Heat Santa will be at the Stairs Cafe on the same day. I think it's from 1 o'clock.
Ooh.
And then there'll also be, Santa will be going around the Leisure Centre, the Elgin Centre, Teams, Life Centre, Dunstan Community.
God, your elves are going to be busy while you're gallivanting out there, Santa Claus.
I know. It seems like Santa's getting off for the easy bit this year, and he's just gallivanting around, in the warmth of an ice cream van.
No, the ice cream van's only the Teams. The rest of it's me turning up.
And Santa Claus will be in Lloyd's singing the pitching piano.
No. But we're in talks with theatres at the moment. We'll hopefully be blagging some free tickets again, so we can have the pantomimes for like the first families that turn up. But that's what it is at the moment. Possible pantomime, definite Christmas with Santa at Bensham. Definitely the selection box collection, which is great. Yeah. And I mean, it's great for the kids.
Maybe pushing that all the way up to when that happens.
I mean, we're even getting professional this year. We've even got posters produced to put around the stadium.
Just on the Christmas, the ice cream vans. I wonder what a Christmas themed 99 would look like. Would it be Santa's blood on it?
Stick a cherry in it and 2 figs, and you've got Rudolph.
There you go. See, I went down the more macabre route, but yeah. Everyone gets to punch Santa in the nose to get the topping.
Lovely.
I'll do that.
But that's sort of like the fun stuff for the kids stuff. On a serious note, is the foundation's now ambassadors for Northern Gas Network, so we're doing stuff, carbon monoxide awareness, getting people to sign up to the PSR and stuff. We're also doing some things like warm hubs and stuff to get people, warm clothing and stuff like that, which is basically now I'll pass you over to Tracey. So I get the fun stuff for the kids. Tracey gets to do the serious stuff.
The miserable stuff, it just suits my personality.
We'll keep it light on the ice cream front as well. Someone's put candy cane in the ice cream's an idea there, and reindeer blood. Reindeer blood doesn't sound too good, does it? But we'll get back to the serious stuff.
I just want to ask everybody a favour, anybody who's watching or listening. If you head over to our Facebook page, we have got a very short video on there about carbon monoxide awareness. You don't have to watch it, but if you do, it might help you out. Apparently, only 54% of British homes have got a carbon monoxide alarm, and we still have a situation where about 60 people a year die of carbon monoxide poisoning, and it's dead easy to fix. Now, I had a prop. I had a carbon monoxide monitor, but I've just noticed it's a pack of ink. So
Tracey, I've got
so
some in hand. You want to see one?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, one of them. We'll be giving them out.
Have a look on our Facebook page, and all we'd ask you to do is like and share the video. There is an opportunity to win a slow cooker, but really only if you're in the local area, because I can't be posting it out to like the other end of the country. So you could still like and share, and then just let one know if you don't want to be entered into the competition. But those likes are really important to us because they go towards our monitoring, and our monitoring goes towards our funding, which is obviously what helps with to carry on doing things like this. So if everybody could do that for us, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Doing it.
If you need any more information on carbon monoxide, if you need a monitor, get in touch, because we have got a small supply and we could probably help you out.
Well, there we go. We're going to share it now. So fantastic stuff. There we go. And if everyone else could do the same.
You get to hear me narrating that video like really badly.
Amazing.
Worth it for that. I'm not cut out for this sort of like media lifestyle.
What's that? The council's installed them in all our flats in our block.
Yeah,
we've got ours.
If you live in social housing or rented accommodation, it is your landlord's responsibility. But we know that, you know, some people's landlords maybe aren't the best, so that might not be always the case. So if you're worried, or if you've had one and you've had it for like a number of years, they do run out after have a lifespan of about 10 years. So if you do need any help replacing them, just let me know.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, people saying they've got two, and Steve Fonfield doesn't do socials. He's not a sociable fella. We've got was that Tom Devitt taught me about carbon monoxide. So there you go, former Gateshead player getting involved. Obviously, he's a science teacher, isn't he? We found out the other week, former Gateshead defender. But is there any other things that you want to push? Do you just want everyone to guide everyone towards the website as well, so they can
the website and socials? I mean, I'm in talks with the council, so there'll be the 2 football camps going over Christmas, but these are the council ones. So the council fund 30 places for kids on free school meals, where the schools will contact the kids, and the foundation will be funding an extra 30 places each day. They're going to take place 22nd and 23rd of December. But before the booking form goes out, I'll give at least 2 or 3 weeks notice of when the booking form comes out, because I know we've only got 60 places a day, and there's at least 150 want to be on each day. But unfortunately, there's not. We've only got 6 coaches and only got 2 sports halls.
Well, Steve Farnfield obviously isn't listening. He's put, is there a selection box? Is there a collection for selection boxes? Stadium this year, as we mentioned earlier on, Steve, in this show that you're watching, on the 22nd of November against Boreham Wood, and we'll be pushing that all the way up to that game as well. So
at the home turnstiles from about 1:30.
Yeah,
and it'll be a normal place, but we'll pull the shutters up to the left as you look in. Next to the turnstiles, and I'll be there.
Fantastic stuff. Before we let you go, we're getting very close to doing the prediction league at the moment. I'll just quickly put it up on the screen. We'll ask you for your predictions. At the moment, Darcy Great is still flying high on 38 points, Trina on the 18, Josh Walden on 13, and Vanessa on 4th on 11. And nobody got anything right this week. They just got heartache instead. But Tracy, I know you normally send me yours for Ian. What's Ian's prediction?
Well, he couldn't decide, so I just said 2-1.
2-1.
Because he's obviously rubbish. I don't know why he bothers. I say 2-1. I haven't seen it on the graph, but it hasn't made any difference because he hasn't got one right yet.
Oh well, it's God loves a try. You don't want to really be putting him down. He's got 3 points. He's got 3 points.
He's not watching, so I can say what I like.
He's on 20. He's outside. He's outside in the garden crying because he's reminiscing about all the times he said he was useless. So, Steve, what's your prediction?
To be honest with you, the Truro game the other week had a £2 10-team accumulator on at 250 to 1.
And Gates would let you do.
Gates would win. Hearts won the lot. Gates would let me down. The 2-all draw cost me 250 quid. So it's like I've given up. So
just think of how many selection boxes that would have bought.
And you know, so
Just think about how much reindeer's blood there could have been spilled on ice creams.
Look, I'm a bit like Mickey on this one. 2-1 to Gateshead.
2-1 to Gateshead. Oh, well, that's fantastic. So see, if you ever need to come back on and push anything, let us know about anything that you want us to push, and we'll do it on every show. And
David, before we go, can on behalf of Stephen and myself and everybody at the foundation, our staff, our coaches, our trustees and our volunteers, we'd just like to thank you all again for all the support that you've given over the years. It's absolutely amazing. We're a really small organisation. We don't have a big reach, so every time that we can use a platform like this, or you're sharing stuff forward, it really does make a difference. So thank you so much.
So welcome.
Well, before you go, I'm going to say a well done to everyone at this foundation, because I think the foundation are doing absolute wonders. You're an absolute godsend to this community, and you all want to give yourselves a good pat on the back. What you think is nothing short of phenomenal. We don't mind sharing it. Yous are doing the graft, and yous are doing amazing. So keep it up. That's all I can say.
Well,
you made me cry.
Yous are the ones doing the work. Well, we'll let yous go, and if you need to come on again, just let we know, and we'll have yous on. So thank you very much, and Santa, I've been a very good boy this year.
Yeah, well, I don't know, like.
Well, on that note, bye, Santa.
He's been a very naughty boy.
I'll never get, no, in all seriousness, though, the work that they do at the foundation is absolutely
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And it was a pleasure to be able to raise a little bit of money for them. When we did the show in pre-season from the Fog on the Tyne, it just feels a tiny little thing in comparison to what they do. So it was nice to be able to do that.
And sorry, Dave. The money we raised bought them essential equipment for basketball coaching.
Yeah.
They went go out the next day and get all the equipment they needed. Well, a good majority of it anyway.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And Stephen's throwing Sandra under the bus. He said it was Sandra that was asking. Yeah, that's powerful. That and it's Sandra. Give him a poke in the eye. Give him a good poke in the eye, Sandra. Right. Ken Webbs is asking if he can donate money. I'm sure he can if he goes over. But before we go to everyone's predictions that are flying in, please do send them in. And also remember, hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share the show. Also, as well, just a little apologies that the audio hasn't been going up. It went up on Mondays, and it'll go up. Sorry, it was Mondays. It was Saturday. Anyway, it'll be going up the audio from tonight. That one that goes on iTunes. So apologies that hasn't been up. So yeah, that's great. So keep them predictions coming in. I'll go with mine first this week, and I'm going to go for a empowering 3-1 win to the Heat. We need to show something to the home fans.
We need it. That's where I'm going. Desperately need it, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Gateshead.
And I'm going 1-0 to Gateshead.
I'd take any of them. I would take any of them.
I think it's going to be. We're going to have to be patient on Saturday.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It'd be nice to hit the ground running, but look, let's just get the result. Right, everyone else's result. Everyone else's predictions are coming in. We've got Sandra is going 2-1 to the Heat, as is Alan Guest, as is Ken Webster. It seems a positive one. We got Sandra was asking because I can't remember. It's no good trying to throw her under the bus twice. That's horrible, Steve. We're going 3-2. Sean Parry win. 2-1. A 2-1's a popular one today. Darcy, remember everyone, Darcy's top of the league. If you want to get some points, follow her. Gavin Rudd is going 2-1. David Coates is going 1-1 with a joker. 2-1 says Heat Army Adam. We got 2-1 to the. God, it's 2-1, isn't it? Everyone's going 2-1 to the Heat. Can give my Forest Green predictions. I won't be able to watch next Thursday. Is chasing lights in Durham. So we'll I'm sure Johnny can make a note of that. That's 2-0 next week. Then we got 3-1 to the Heat. Says Patrick Story. Says he's a good lad. He's like me. 1-1 says Chris. A thrilling 3-2 win. I don't know if my heart can take that. The foundation website has a donation page. So if Ken Webster would like to go to that, that's fantastic. Thank you, Steve, for sending us that. And Craig, 2-1 win. And Trina is going a 2-1 win as well. So we've got a few minutes left. If you want to get your predictions in, please do. or put them on the comments of this video. And as I say, Johnny will collect them from there. And a big thank you to Johnny as well, because it's a lot of work to put this table together and have it updated every week. And, it's very rare he misses a prediction, where if he does, he puts it straight in. And we're always very, very thankful for everything that Johnny does. And I'm sure I've seen a message before. He said he'd like to help with a Heed Army Hall of Fame. We'll have to pose it to the club and see, if there can be an official thing, because I think it would mean more than just a podcast one where it's in the ether than having something, in place at the ground, if it's possible. So that would be a thing to do, wouldn't it? Maybe a Heed Army Hall of Fame wall where the wall can be moved to a new stadium if we were ever to get one, so it's not just, I gotta have like a display.
Come on, then let's have your 5 nominations. I'm letting you 2 lads go first, because I don't want to curry favour. We've got 5 players for your Hall of Fame from the time you've supported them. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Curtis, Ollie.
Greg Ollie, yeah. Alan Lamb. Oh God, my word! Turning over the years.
I do think Sam. I think it would be Curtis, Ollie, Kitchen in Maine.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers.
Who would you go for, Mickey, in goal?
I'd put Monty. In. So the 4 I've got, the 5 I've got is Kitchen, Curtis, Ollie, Monty, and then I still love Keith Fletcher. The joy he gave us. It's he might not be everyone's cup of tea, but as I say, I think I've thought about this a few times. When people say who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all time, I think it's whoever gives you the most enjoyment. Well, you can go on about Messi's goals and stuff like that. But if a player caught your imagination and excited you, then they can be the greatest of all time for you. It just depends how excited you were when you seen them. So I'd put in Keith Fletcher for me. So it'd be Curtis, Kitchen, Montgomery, Ollie, and Fletcher would be my first 5 nominations.
Wow.
And we've got Sean Parry, Ben Clark. See, there's another name that could be in there. John Shaw, Rob Ramshaw. Oh, well, I'm not sure about Rob Ramshaw. He didn't play that long to be in a Hall of Fame. JJ, it's a definite shout there. James Montgomery. But as I said before, it's who excited you. So Rob Ramshaw for him could be a good one.
Great car.
Look at the names here.
Paul Dobson. Wow.
Yeah, look at Paul Dobson, Lee Novak, Mark Hines, Sam Kitchen, Jeff Wrightson, John Shaw and JJ. Defo, Monty, someone's saying. Then we've got Clark, Baxter, Shaw, Proudlock, and Twinney. All massive names. If you want to nominate, I don't know how it would go ahead where to spitballing and putting 5 names up for nomination, but yeah, I think.
Really, is that yours yet?
I'm just writing some down. Just trying to think. So for excitement, Paul Dobson. He just knew he was just a poacher. He just knew where the goals were. He knew how to score. Greg Ollie has to be in there. Mine all centre forwards. John Shaw, I thought he was epic. There's 3. Keeper wise, probably Monty ahead of anybody else, isn't it? I can't think of.
I think the heroics at Wembley twice. Like to get with the Wembley,
the penalties, the penalty shootouts. That's right. Yeah,
and lifting the trophy. Yeah.
Oh God, midfield. I mean, there's like Curtis at the back, isn't there?
I mean, it doesn't have to be midfield. Just 5 players you think should be nominated. That's
yeah. Go on, I'll put Jeff Wrightson in there. Who are you going for, Mickey?
Simon Smith.
Simon Smith, the keeper. Okay, yeah.
Second biggest record appearances after.
Yeah, he was long 7th. Yeah, that's right.
Jeff Wrightson.
Yeah, great.
Paul Proudlock.
Proudy.
Derek Bell.
Oh, yeah.
John Shaw.
See, I loved Steve Bowie as well. I didn't even think of that one. That's just come to us, both spells.
I'm thinking Derek Bell played for over 10 years for the club. Was a player, was a captain, played in every position. He was manager. He was manager, chairman. brought the youth together, built, set up the academy, and brought Graham Wood back to the club.
Yeah, big part of the history there. Darcy's just after a fight. This girl, Adi Yusuf. Yeah, he's going in the same nomination as Armandoni. So yeah, Alan Stephen Palonde. I remember him. He, Greg Ollie, JJ O'Donnell, and Macaulay Langstaff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Macaulay.
There's so many names, you know. And as I say, it's all good. So I've got loads of signed goalkeeper shirts. Is it good? Or JK shirts. I'd be happy to donate one of them. So there we go. It's always been one of my favorites. So there we go. We've got 5. Obviously not enough. I know, but we're just spitballing about, you know, because you would have to nominate and have the top 3 inductees, wouldn't you? I think across the board, that would be the fair way to do it.
I mean, the Calendar brothers, Ingham, Bob Gray, they would get voted in indefinitely.
Yeah. But I think I think if you're going to do it over a few years, a bit like how they have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you only have a certain number going each year, don't you? So otherwise it would be a free for all, and no one would get the flowers, so to speak. Kedwin Scott has to be in with a good chance. Good season. Yeah, great. I don't. Yeah, I would say. I would say it wasn't here long enough to be in a Hall of Fame nomination, but definitely a bit of a legend for that season. Yeah. But yeah, it's
you could say the same about Bales and AC, and
without a doubt, yeah. It's well, Tinkler as well. There's another one, another name that
you could name the FA Trophy team, really, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could really. But yeah. And we've got one more before we go off air. In my time, probably Monty, Bailey, Owen, Langstaff, and Campbell. Obviously, all great players, all achieved fantastic stuff. And that's the thing. It's so. See, I hate. Yeah, I hate the like online when they say this one's the best because he scored that many goals, and they're now trying to make it because of just on purely the amount of goals scored. And yes, great players, Messi, but they're anomalies. They're not the norm or the. And like, I bet there's Man City fans now reminisce about
the National League anyway.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. But I bet there's like Man City fans reminisce about Georgia King Clancy because there was a season where he was just pure magic. It was
phenomenal. Yeah.
Can you remember Paolo One-Chop for one season for Derby County? He didn't know what he was going to do. Just the legs.
Gota.
Yeah.
Gota. Feed the Gota.
Yeah. Gota is absolutely loved in Man City.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's certain players that just capture the imagination for 1 or 2 seasons, like Di Canio at West Ham. You know what I mean? All his goals were a highlight reel, weren't they? And even you went from one extreme to the other, pushing referees to stopping the game because the goalkeeper went down with a hamstring when he was on the attack. You know,
that's right. Aye.
And just fantastic stuff. But yeah, that's is that your carbon monoxide going off there, Steely?
That's my carbon monoxide alarm going off.
See, that's because we're talking too much crap on the Heat Only podcast.
I tell you what, it's not any shit. It's a laugh that was swinging my house.
No, it's mine. Crikey.
It was Mickey's sexy alarm went off.
That hasn't went off on about 40 years.
Yeah, and it only went off because it went close to me. Anyway. On that note, I'm going to massage my ego, and the lads are going to check the carbon monoxide meters. Thank you very much, everybody. Look, it's been a week of highs and lows, but look, this is football. We know we're not the finished article. We know we're still rebuilding. Let's just still get behind them. We need to. So on that note, everybody, see you on Saturday, and let's hope for 3 points and a positive podcast next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.